Johnson is just absolutely dreadful, man. Hit that like button to help for the algorithm with the channel. Hit the bell for the notifications. Keyshawn Johnson is, for some reason, on Undisputed every day. I guess he's got nothing else to do. They can't get nobody else because since football ended, Richard Sherman hasn't been back. The energy started getting weird with him and Skip. Paul Pierce has made the show more watchable, especially with the NBA coverage, the NBA playoffs. And they brought Rachael Nichols up there. Today was a day they should have had Rachael Nichols and Paulie up there. Because I don't know what Keyshawn, like I said, Keyshawn Johnson isn't doing his homework. He's not watching these games. He comes across as a dumb casual who's at the bar and he's ear hustling the conversation with you and your homeboys talking about sports, and he has no clue what he's talking about. And you could just tell, it's like he's like players improve, you know what I mean? So they're talking about the Mavs game last night with the Mavs versus the Clippers. They won 96-93. Kawhi came back, and I kept telling people, I was like, okay, I don't care if he's coming back. I mean, my take is biased. I'm a fan, but I was like, yo, his knees is broken. He's not the same player. He's not. This ain't 2018 Toronto. 2019 Toronto Kawhi Leonard. I'm not scared of that. But they played a hell of a defensive game and held the Clippers to less than 100 points. Nobody had 30. Kawhi had 15. And the player who played defense that no one, everyone assumes he doesn't play defense. And I get it. He's had years where he didn't play well defensively. I mean, pouting to the refs, not getting back on defense. That's been Luka's narrative, his MO for his career. That's his flaws that people bring up. But he actually played well defensively in that game. And Keyshawn is like, well, yeah, and look here, you see Rachael Nichols put him in his place and checked him, and he had nothing to say. Look at this.
Let's not go crazy with the Luka all of a sudden as Defensive Player of the Year. He was in the right spots, doing some of the right things that he was supposed to. He wasn't off his mark. But I don't want to get...
I want to ask you a question. Where do you think Luka ranks defensively this season in terms of like percentile and other players in the league?
He's got to be just slightly beyond the middle of the pack.
Low 80s. So he's better than 80-something percent.
Okay. So let's say he's better than 80-something%.
So he's sitting there looking stupid. He's talking in circles. It's like, man, you don't have the facts, the data. He's not doing his homework. And I'm like, it's other people who could be doing that job, and he's just sitting there making the show just like, I could think Paul Pierce might have saved it. I haven't seen an increase in the ratings. The ratings are still like below the six figures at this point. Like they're still in that 70, 80,000. It's rough over there. At this point, they might as well just broadcast on YouTube live like the way Pat McAfee does it, but before ESPN. Just make Undisputed a online thing. For real. Like at this point, just take it off TV. But Keyshawn adds nothing to the show. As far as maybe football, okay. But with football, I mean, if you want to use him to talk about the draft, fine. But rotate him throughout the show between the draft and your Cowboy talk and the NBA talk. Because this guy knows nothing outside of the Lakers. They're talking about the Lakers and the Nuggets the other day, and he had nothing but emotional takes on why the Lakers were going to finally beat the Nuggets. They've lost 9 in a row at that point. Well, Paul, yeah, they lost 9 straight, but they going to figure it out. Nope, but you got to come up with some type of why are they going to figure it out, Keyshawn? Cornbread, why are they going to figure it out? Is it any type of adjustments they going to make? Are they going to play someone who hasn't getting any burn? Or is it a different defensive scheme they going to throw at the Nuggets because they can't stop the pick and roll? What do they do? Nothing. Just, well, you got to give him a chance, Skip. You can't beat. No, you've watched Rudy way too many times, way too many sports movies, and you're not coming up with it. These are just lazy takes that he comes up with. And I'm like, I'm kind of salty because I'm like, this dude gets paid really well, and he's getting checks from ESPN still, and don't do no homework. I'm like, man, get rid of him. Get rid of him, Skip. If you still have any power to do so, because like I said, I don't see the show being on too much longer. But I will say they've improved it somewhat with the additions of Rachael Nichols and Paul Pierce. But the Keyshawn Johnson thing is just, he's horrible, man. He's cringe. And just if he's only watching Laker games, what they gonna do when the Lakers lose? Okay, and they're forced to actually talk about other teams. Skip can't talk about LeBron, and Keyshawn has no expertise or knowledge of the NBA further past the Lakers. And, you know, and like, since when did everybody become Clippers fans? I don't know. I guess that whole Blake Griffin era, the Lob City era. I'm like, since when is all these Clipper fans? But yeah, Keyshawn is horrible, man. I don't see how they go further with this guy in general. And Skip, like, it's kind of weak seeing Skip look this way. He's the host now. The show just feels flat. It doesn't have that cool factor no more. I guess that went away with Shannon, obviously, but none of these guys can really bring that aura back. You know, it's not like First Take is that great either. I mean, you got Stephen A. on there. He's too animated for me, and Shannon's another one. Like I said, I don't think Shannon was really great at ball talk either, but you could tell he was at least watching the games. I wish with Keyshawn, I'm like, this dude is just getting on YouTube or he's looking at IG Real highlights. I mean, he's on Instagram looking at highlight clips and so I saw that and that one. And he looking at highlights. I'm like, bro, stop being lazy and do your job. I mean, you're not Shaq and Charles Barkley. Like, you clearly could tell they don't watch the games, but they make up for it with their comedy and, like I said, they're Hall of Fame players. So people they have credibility just in general. Keyshawn is talking about a whole nother sport you never been a part of. You should be doing your homework, and instead you just chilling and showing up, because that's what it feels like. Okay, who's this guy right here? If I didn't know him and I'm watching the show, I'm like, who the hell is this? He just showed up. He don't know nothing. You know, so it's like when it gets to a point, if I do watch a segment, I'm like, I'm fast forwarding to this because he don't know what he's talking about. But like I say, Skip is desperate, and Keyshawn is the one fool that's willing to come up there and tolerate Skip Bayless, because Michael Irvin, since football, Mike don't know nothing but the Cowboys. He ain't talking about nothing but Dallas all day. He's not on there now, you know. So even Paul Pierce had to take a day off, you know. Paul probably was sitting back smoking some OG or something like that. Paul took a day off. So we got stuck with Keyshawn, and like, at least Rachael Nichols showed up. You know, she adds something, I guess, to the show. I'd bring her up, man, make her the moderator or something. But yeah, I don't see this lasting too much longer. I think it'll be a YouTube show pretty soon. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. If y'all seen this, what y'all think about Keyshawn Johnson on Undisputed, because I think it's been a train wreck when it comes to his basketball takes.